Hello everyone, I am Plankera. Today we're going to continue rigging Shalom from Path to Nowhere. Day by day, getting closer through the hair. There's just a lot of it. So I'm just taking a look and seeing what I want to work on today. Just whatever jumps out at me. Today I didn't actually do that before stream, so I'm taking a moment to take a look now. And it looks like I'm still seeing some stuff that's not quite right around there. So let's see here. Let's do some more staring to see exactly how I think that should move. Okay, I think I have a rough idea. That one? Good. I think I just need to pull it a little bit further to the right. So as always, a lot of this is just very carefully pushing things around until it all looks right. There's no real shortcuts or anything, just gotta do it. Especially if you want to use art that's as detailed as the Path to Nowhere official art is. Simpler arts and simpler styles, this becomes a lot easier, but here I am, picking something hard. It's okay, it sounds like me. And it's been a good time. It'll just be a bit of a slow process, but I kind of figured that I'd be working on this for the next couple of months, once I decided to pick up this project. No regrets. It's been a good time. I have not only learned a lot, but just the process of putting it all together has been pretty fun. Okay, that's looking a bit better here. I'm gonna go hide this layer again while I stare at this, because the way it was sliding was kind of bothering me, and I'm not quite ready to go put that into position yet. Let's see here. It's really close. I kind of feel like there's something off, but I can't quite identify what it is. It might just be something in this strand. So I'll take a look over there. That might be what I'm seeing. It's always kind of hard to say. Where'd it go? Middle. There we go. Like someday I'll actually remember where all my layers are. Honestly, I wouldn't actually be surprised if I finished the whole thing before I really remembered the layer order. Look, there's a lot. I'm not going to remember exactly where I put, what, 350 something layers. Let's see here. Still, it's really close, but I still feel like it's a little bit off. I'm trying to identify why. Trying to move really, really slowly. Okay, now I'll move a little bit faster. Give myself a little bit of a different perspective. Okay. I think I see it. Just like right down here. Super, super slight movements. I think it's really close to being correct. Just need some minor adjustments. There we go. Okay. So how is that? I pulled the slide too far down. to pull this a little bit further up, I think. Well, maybe not that one. Maybe just this one. Because, yeah, pulling that up didn't help that much, but pulling those little guys down or up just a little bit, that made a big difference. How's this? Okay, I need to hide that back strand because it's bothering me. Where'd it go? Assuming I can find it. Here behind. That's probably it. See, this is why I used, I don't know, I guess codes to help me identify exactly where they are on the model there. I used underneath for like these parts that show up underneath the hair here. Behind for the ones all the way in the back. Yada yada. Oh man. It's really close, but it's still stretching in a way I don't quite like. It's like I do think that it makes sense for this to go a little further. Let me stare a little bit more. Yeah, I think that actually makes sense. So what I probably want is to move this part over a little bit too. What causes sliding isn't necessarily... How do I describe this? Well, I mean, everything is... The position is relative to everything around it. So the slide just means that something has changed in the proportions between the areas. Not necessarily that you have part of it in the wrong place, but that the stuff around it may also not quite be in the right place. Okay. Getting there. Getting there. Now that made it worse. Let's take a look again, then. That's not the answer. And what is? I need to pull this down a little bit more. Will that help? That might be too much. That was a pretty big movement. Okay, and I see there's also like this right here. What is that? Is that on this layer? Seems so. Okay. So there's like this little pink spot right there. I might need to pull that over. That might be what I'm seeing. If I do something like that, maybe? Okay, yeah, that made a really big difference. It's not quite right yet, but I think that's the piece I was missing. Nice. Okay. Okay, the rest will become much easier to correct. Now that I know of that little spot. Sometimes it really is just a matter of figuring out one little thing and everything just kind of comes together. Yeah, and now I can kind of feel the rotation. Let's see. Just some very slight adjustments in several places here. Just to try to eliminate the last little bit of sliding I see. Okay, that wasn't quite it. Being very gentle once again. Don't want to move things too much. Because if I move them too much and it's kind of because I'm overcompensating, then I'll just have to move them back, and that's more work. Easier to do it just little bits of a time, at least for me. At least for me. That didn't quite do it either. Hard is hard. But I'll win in the end. I just don't like the way it's kind of collapsing on itself, for lack of a better term. 'Cause it's like... What exactly... Let me take a close look at this. What is happening? So I see this shape right here. It stretches out. Which is what I want, but then it, like, something about it slides out to the left there. Why is that happening? Okay, so I think part of it is in this shape. It kind of falls down. Okay, let's see if I can correct that first. What is making it kind of fall down? It would be because of this point, I guess. That's the only thing that can make it kind of fall down. Okay, so let's raise that. That was too much, but... idea has merit, I think. So I will continue exploring that. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. This is quite close, I think, but there's like something in the movement here that I don't quite like. Well, let me buff things out here a little bit. It's like I am kind of trying to make it wider because her hair is turning, and I'm trying to showcase that turn. Okay, I think I'm seeing some of this come together now. I'm gonna focus on the area with the part, even though I do see problems in some other areas. Okay, no, that wasn't good. I did this backwards. I needed this to floof. Needs to floof out, make her hair nice and poofy. God, my hair is just so poofy. There's so much of it constantly. Okay. I felt like some of those areas were kind of shifting upward, so I thought I'd pull them down a little bit and see if that helped. Oh, I'm so close. So close I can smell it. Look at that, even looks like it has a little bit of rotation. Once I get that rotation going the right way, I think that'll look really good. Okay, no, that didn't help. Probably want it going down then. Something like that, maybe? All I can really do is try it and see what happens. Worst that happens is that it doesn't look good and I have to try something else. Not a big deal at all. Okay. And then I do feel like the little pink part coming out here, a little bit too strong. So I'll push it back just a little bit and see what happens. Okay, I think it also needs to go up. Yes, definitely needs to go up a little bit. Just a little bit, though. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Then I'm here and I'm seeing this little highlight here kind of shifting a little bit. So I'll take a look at him next. Looks like it just got compressed. So once I expand it out a bit, it should look a lot better. Where is that one? Look at my behinds. Oh yeah, because that's on the right side, of course. Of course. I'll just adjust around here a little bit, try to get that looking the way I want it to. It's closer, but not quite there yet. I think... What happened here? Why is it shifting? Let me see. The layer I was just working on is what I'm seeing on that layer, or a different one. What am I seeing here exactly? Yeah, there's this thing here. I think that's what I'm seeing. Okay. A few more adjustments to make over here. Okay, I think that's all right now. So let's work over here a little bit more. I'm just saying that this should be a little bit higher up. Is that too much? No, but the bottom part, I need to adjust that now. See, it got lifted up a little bit too high. That tends to be how it goes. Make one correction and something else gets knocked out of whack and you just gotta put it back. Let me go ahead and hide this so I can adjust the things that are actually on this layer properly, because they do kind of blend together. Of course that's intentional, but it does make it a bit hard when I know that there's an issue but I don't know what layer it's on. It makes it hard to fix, you know? I mean, it's kind of hard to fix a problem when you don't know where it is. Knowing is the first step. Okay, pretty close. Just teeny tiny adjustments now, trying to get that black part in the middle that can go in the right way. That's been an adventure. Been pretty hard. Every time I think I have it in the right place, something's just not quite working out. Okay, see something in this corner here. That might be what's been bothering me all this time. Maybe I just need to pull down here a little bit. Okay, that looks a bit better. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's go turn on that other hair. See if they look good together. Oh yeah, I think so. There's still that tiny little bit of shifting here, but honestly I think it's small enough that I don't want to worry about getting rid of it. And also I'm not sure if it's even physically possible, just because of how this was cut. That said, there's still something not quite right here. Let's take a look. Like, man, this little spot just doesn't want to cooperate with me. Every time I think I get it, I see something else. What am I seeing now? I might just need to go look at something else for a little bit. Make some adjustments in a couple of other areas while my eyes, I don't know, recalibrate from looking at this for too long. For now, I'll do a bit of intense staring. It's like where the top of this is pointed. Let's take a look. Maybe just a slight bit to the right. Maybe that'll make all the difference. Okay, yeah, I think that was it, so I think that's pretty good now. So I guess we're ready for the next batch. So it's like we had this, but I think it looks like it connects better on the other side here. So let me try to find where the next really good area to check is. This isn't really around the part. I guess I'll put it in, and I'll just fix a couple of the issues that I see here. I'm gonna focus on the part for now. I'll go look at other stuff if I happen to feel like it. But right now I don't, so I'm not gonna. One thing at a time, and I have decided that one thing today is this. So I'll worry about this little part going on right through here. Just because it's close enough to where everything is that if I have this layer on when I'm trying to work on other stuff, seeing some of the sliding in my peripheral vision would bother me. Let's see, how's that? Close, but not quite. What exactly is wrong here? I think it might be easier to see if I turn off the bang here. Which one is that? Oh no, now I have to find it. Okay, it's gonna be that one. There we go. Okay, I see. Indeed. Adding that layer did make it simpler. Let's straighten out these triangles. I think that will help too. And then I just kind of need to fix up this shadowed area a little bit. How's that? Still kind of looks like it's getting compressed and shifted a lot. Okay, so let's expand it a little and pull it down. I'll worry about getting everything into the exact correct place in just a second. For now, just kind of want to get the shape right. Yeah, something is shifting upward still. So I'll pull it on down. Just pull it on down. The things look like they're moving in the wrong direction there. Okay. Are we closer? Oh, that was too much. Okay, so that was too much. I'll pull things back up a little bit then. Like I have to remind myself that I do have a tendency to move things just a wee bit too much. Okay, but there's not looking so bad anymore, so let me turn on the bang and see if it's all cooperating with me now. Okay, I might actually want to pull it out just a little bit more here. Probably like right around here. Yeah. That looks alright. This area isn't super relevant to this part, but I think I had to do that before I could really go into some of these other areas. Okay, so this is one where it just got really broken. So which one are you? Hair behind lower right. Hair behind front left. Hair behind. Huh, do I not have any deformations on you? I don't. Okay. Well, in that case, it just kind of got broken up from doing perspective in the mesh group. That is totally okay. I'll just start putting them back. And we'll start making this look good. We'll get all of this to where it belongs. That might have been too much, but I'll start there. Because, yeah, it looks like this strand just has a lot to fix, and let me see, there's a loose strand here that I think I'm just gonna hide for now. Is that you? Yeah. I'll worry about those little loose strands in a little bit. That's just too much to deal with right now. So yes, it does look like this is going to be the next big thing. And hoo boy, it's a bit bigger than a lot of the other ones. On the bright side, with this area done here, I think I'll be able to turn the face back on, or the head back on. The face is still there, just floating on nothing. It's fine. Okay. At this point, I'm still in big movements. Big ol' movements. Just trying to get things where they need to be. Where does this need to be? Okay. I don't know. Don't know exactly where it needs to be yet. But I'll figure it out. And I'll get it there. The tip needs to be something like over here. See, this is why I was working on the part. Because once I have good anchors for everything up here, then even things that I have to move around a lot, like this, become a lot easier to manage. Because I can just look and be like, okay, so this right here kind of goes halfway through here and lines up with this little bit right there. And if it's not doing that over here, then I know that I have a little bit more to fix, and it'll help me figure out why things are sliding. That's why it's important to do one thing at a time. Just by doing one thing at a time, I can kind of figure out where things are relative to each other. So even though some things look kind of funny and I keep having to hide layers because it just kind of messes me up, this is the eventual result. With each step I understand a little bit more and it becomes easier and easier to place some of these things that would have been impossible before. So right now, largely focusing on where it connected to this strand here, and then what shape this outer edge is and this inner edge is. So what defines the boundaries of this strand? It's a bit hard because there's a lot of things that are really wrong. And it's kind of throwing off my ability to see other things, so I think right now I want to focus on this shape here. Looks like there's even a little gap on the original that probably gets filled in by something else, so like probably you. Yeah. So there's a little gap there. I shouldn't be afraid of seeing a little gap here. One more look. Just do some intense staring. Looks like it shifts upward. Okay. I'm just gonna go in and do it like this. So I think I know what kind of shape I need to make now. Okay, and now I can see here that the tip is not quite connecting correct way. Needs to be a little bit higher and a little bit straighter. And that'll help define what goes around on the outside there, in theory. Okay, I'm kind of getting somewhere. I'll worry about some of the big movements once I kind of get it connecting right. Because I think I'm going to have to shift a lot of things before I'm ready to move on to the next piece. And this one was a doozy. Okay. So it kind of goes straight across the top. I think I might even want to push this in a little bit more. Just because her hair is supposed to be kind of disappearing behind the other hair in front of it. Since her head is turning. And the hair that goes in the back would be more hidden. That's not really working for me, though. Okay, let's go back to doing some big movements. Figure out exactly where this should be going. Because I think I have to figure that out before I can do too much more. Make it thinner, try to get something that looks like it's rotating. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Alright, I think I need to make it kind of floof out a little bit. Gotta make it floofy, you know? Hair is more fun when it's all floofy. Probably have to straighten some of this out later, but that's okay. I will take care of that when the time comes. Okay, that's really close. It's already looking so much better. Enough so that I think I can go back to working on the top. It's like there's some stuff around here that I would need to fix, but I think I've done the biggest of the broad strokes, so now I can kind of go back to figuring out what the heck was going on up here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Closer, but not quite right. This little corner needs to be going a little further out. And actually, I want to take another quick look here. Is that even the right spot? Yeah, I can see that the tip is before this highlight, when in reality the tip should be after this highlight. So let's take a look and go fix that. So this should be up here, and what I actually want is something like this. Let's push some of this up. Some things probably got shifted around and compressed as I was trying to figure out what was going down at the bottom there. And I think I had to get that part done before I could really dig into some of this other stuff. Okay. I'm just gonna pull this up a little bit more. I'm not sure if this is correct. I'll find out shortly, I guess. But there we go. Now it's after that little highlight. Lots of problems, but one less. That's just how it goes. I do kind of like the degree of perspective that's going on there. It's like, let me stare at this right here. Like, where is this going? How is it floofing? How does it drape over the rest of her hair here? So when her head turns, what direction should that be going? Let me actually put this layer on too. I think that'll help me kind of figure it out. So here, like, it goes up like this and then over. So what I want... Turn this back off now. Up like that, and then over. What would happen when her head is turning? Does it go farther back or does it go down? I think it goes down. Okay. Basically, I'm trying to figure out the angle of how this should go. And right now I kind of had it going like this. But what I think I want... Because if this is connected here, this should probably actually be going a little bit further the right. I'm going to be very careful here because I was very particular about getting that to that spot. But if I'm reading this correctly, I think this should actually be more like this. Just, you know, better. And again, maybe not, because that looks pretty bad. Like, would any amount of work even fix that? How far down this rabbit hole do I want to go? When it's just like, in theory, maybe this would be cool. So I'm not sure if that's correct. No, I guess it should probably actually be the other way. This should look pretty bad. Yeah. Okay. I think it might need to be the other way. Okay. Yeah, maybe I was thinking about it backwards. With her head turning. Would more of this be showing or less? Because I know this part kind of goes underneath. I guess it probably does make more sense for more of it to show. So... I think I might have just gotten backwards there. Maybe if I take my tiny brush here and lift this up a little bit more, pretend like there's no gap there. Alright, I'm good at pretending. Okay, now this is where I have to be careful because I actually can't leave a gap like this here. But, I do think that if I made that better, this would actually work out pretty well. Just, you know, has to be good. Has to be good. Alright, let's start trying to make this look good. I'll worry about the gaps a little bit later. Let me just start trying to get everything to where it needs to go. One thing at a time. That's what I keep telling myself, and I'm really bad at sticking to that. Okay. There were these little highlights here, and I was seeing how they had to go, because they kind of got shifted upward at some point. Probably from when I was doing some shenanigans with various things. Because there were a lot of shenanigans there. Okay. I'll just take it easy. Take it slow. There's no rush here. Everything will eventually happen as I want it. Close. Very close indeed. We did a little bit too much, and then I think I need to make this line here a bit thicker. Let's straighten out some of these triangles while I'm at it. Okay, still shifting downward a little bit. This is shifting upward somehow. I guess that must mean that I do need to pull that corner down a little bit. I was thinking it might look interesting if I did that, but I just keep seeing it wrong. Shifting downward now, but this part looks a lot better. The red part. Still kind of going upward a little bit, so let's take a look at that. Probably something to do with all of these little guys here. We'll flatten things out a bit. And see if that helps at all. Kinda. I guess it's better? I'll take better. I'll always take better. So far, I think it's all working out. Okay. Yeah. And then from there, I can start getting everything with this line go in the right direction there. Because it's definitely getting longer. Let's see. There's definitely something weird going on over here, but I think I'll get this part first. One thing at a time. Gotta keep telling myself. Not always live 5 minutes in the future. Let's see here. Let's try to figure out some of the shenanigans that was going on this side too. I do feel like this side is kind of collapsing a little bit, so maybe I need to raise that vertex just on the side there. Just a little. Something like that. Yep. That's all it needed. Well, quite a lot of shifting happening elsewhere, but there's that. And I think my brain might have reached its limit for what it wants to deal with that today, so let's go look at the banks for a second. So I remember there being a couple of areas that I needed to fix there, that I said I'd do later, when my brain didn't want to work on something else. Yeah, like right here. I had to go look at something new. So I say I haven't quite developed the endurance for rigging yet. So it can be a bit hard for me to just stare at the same thing for an hour or longer. Taking a look at some other stuff can extend that time a little bit. That seems better. Is there any crunchiness or some other nonsense that I need to fix here? Man, I really did get a lot of this looking pretty good. Let's kind of see some stuff shifting downward in this side bank here. Let's just take a big old brush and make it shift upward a little bit more. See if I can't get rid of that shifting. Yeah, that's definitely better. I'll still keep her head turned off because I think it's funny. The joys of whips. I definitely don't want to be messing with those strands right now, so we're gonna move them off the screen. I'm gonna pretend like they're not there for a little bit while longer. Alright, if I hide you... Let's try to get some of these strands on this necking hair, as I called it. Let's try to get them in good spots. They're not quite right now. Let's go ahead and make some fine adjustments manually. See what happens. Let's see what happens. It's definitely closer. Let's see, it looks like this part right here is still kind of going downward a little bit. A lot of things are there, so it might actually be worth just grabbing my brush and just pulling all this up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Don't want to do too much. It was too much in some areas, but okay in others. I can live with that. Kind of black area was pulled up too high, so we'll put him back down. It was pretty much perfect for this, so that's kind of the spot I was looking at anyway. Alright, let's go ahead and turn on this part. Alright, so what's making you look weird? A lot of it is just kind of crunchiness. But I think that might also just be because my brain is a little tired and doesn't want to think about how things are shifting right now, so let's try to fix some crunchiness. That's an entirely different part of the brain there, so just gently push things around, push them in, and try to get those lines to smooth out just a little bit more. Straighten out the triangles. All that good stuff. That's something I can do right now. Trying to be careful as I go up here since I worked so hard to get all that looking good today. Let's see. Okay. The original, that one just does stick out a little bit more. That's fine. I've never been good at making my vertices perfectly level. Still, I feel like there's a bit of artifacting. I might have just tried a bit too hard to make it wide. Front. Yes. I might just have to give up on trying to make it too wide, especially if it just makes the lines look really bad and pixelated like that. Try to make it a little wider, see if I can get away with it, but otherwise I'll just keep scooching some stuff in. Smooth out those lines just a little bit more. If I need to, I have some other options for maybe making it a bit wider without completely making all the line art look terrible. We shall see. We shall see. Okay, how's that? Okay, things are shifting downward a little bit, but Otherwise looking a bit better. Definitely looking a bit better. Okay, this right here is bothering me, so I'm gonna go take a look at it. Like, we're just gonna jump around all over the place right now. It's fine. I can do what I want. What layer was that again? This one, I think. Yes. Exactly what I was looking for. I'll try to get this red strand a little closer to the edge. So now you can see why I was so particular about my hair meshes, because they allow me to do things like this. If I was not particular about them, or didn't separate them into separate layers, I would not be able to do something like this. It would just be impossible. That is the importance of the art mesh. It ultimately determines what you're going to be able to have control over. Okay, how's that? Shifting upwards, but better. Definitely better. Let's look a little bit more over here. Alright. What was it that I saw again? See, this is why I'm like, okay, I may not be able to do all the intense staring anymore. This is why I've only been able to go for about an hour while we've been working on this part, because it's like, oh man, does the brain get tired so quickly. Your brain just can't take it, man. It just looks at all this and it's like, oh man, I know something is wrong, but I can't remember what it is now. Can't see things anymore. Like, I can see that all this is shifting. But it's getting a bit hard for me to follow it all. That's the time when normally I just take a break and look at it again in a couple of hours, but that's a bit harder to do when I have a small streaming window and I want to do the entire process on stream. But right now, I think I can sum up the issue with those little strands that I'm working on, and they need to be floofier. Floof, my friends. Be round. I know it's what your heart desires. I'll try to make you as round as I can. It would be great. Okay, I feel like that's probably better. Some of it is just art mesh limitations. I don't think I can pull this any further over here, really. 'Cause that's kind of where they all combined. Well, I'll try to floof this out, despite that. Then there was this thingy, and I don't quite know what's going on over there. Let's see, it's kind of got meshy overlap stuff happening here, so let me see if I can make that a little bit less crunchy. And it looks like it's elongating a little bit still. I'd like to at least kind of fix this before I end while it's on my mind. Like, it's probably take longer to do now than it would if I just did it tomorrow, but that's alright. This seems like a good spot to just kind of try some things and then stop for the day. And I want to try a couple more things before I stop for the day. I like trying things. Keeps life interesting. There's just something about the way that this is doing a thing. And I'm having trouble figuring out what it wants to be doing. It's okay, that's pretty normal. After an hour of intense staring and trying very, very hard to figure out how perspective works. Perspective is hard. Art is hard. Everything is hard. It's okay. All the most worthwhile things in life are hard. Can't let life be too easy. Yeah, that's why I like to keep my life simple. This way, when I run into the things that are hard, I have the energy to do them, as opposed to just making everything hard. Okay, it's not perfect when I zoom in that close, but I think it'll be fine once I zoom out to a reasonable place people will actually be looking. Yeah. It's definitely better. Let's see if we can make it even better. I think I can shift this just a little bit more this way. And that'll floof out that strand a little bit better. Make that highlight look a bit nicer too. Still got a little bit of shifting, but I think I've at least got the strands that I was working on in a good spot. So yeah, I think that's where I will end things for today. Go ahead and give a random eyebrow pose. Sure, that one works. And I'll keep working on this kind of difficult strand that needs to have a lot of stuff done to it tomorrow. In the meantime, thank you all for coming. If you'd like me to take a look at your own creative projects, whether that be art, writing, game design, coding, any creative pursuit you can think of, feel free to message or at me on Twitter or Instagram and I'll take a look and maybe leave some comments. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.